Hashtag Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan confirmed. The love story that shook the world. When the news broke, the world seemed to stop spinning. For years, whispers had echoed through fandoms, tabloids, and social media feeds. Are they or aren't they? The question lingered, debated endlessly, denied officially, but immortalized in the hopes of millions. Then, in a single breathtaking moment, it was no longer rumor but reality. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan had confirmed their relationship. The announcement wasn't delivered in a flashy press statement or a calculated marketing move. It was quieter, more intimate, the kind of reveal that felt both shocking and inevitable. For fans who had followed them since The Untamed, for critics who doubted, and for an industry used to carefully guarded public images, it was nothing short of a cultural earthquake. Hashtag a silent beginning. The confirmation began with a single image. Xiao Zhan, ever the artist, posted a photo on his official account. A balcony at dusk, two figures seated side by side, backs turned to the camera as the sun set in golden streaks. The silhouettes were unmistakable. No hashtags. No captions. Just a mood, a moment. Minutes later, Wang Yibo reposted the same photo with 4 words. Asterisk, we walk together, always. Asterisk. In that instant, silence was shattered. Servers crashed as millions tried to refresh their feeds. Hashtags spiraled out of control. Fans who had believed for years cried openly. Others who had dismissed the possibility were stunned into disbelief. Within an hour, the image became the most shared post in Chinese social media history. The balcony shot was both ordinary and extraordinary. Ordinary in its simplicity, 2 people enjoying the calm of a sunset. Extraordinary in its symbolism, the answer to years of questions, revealed not in words but in presence. Hashtag the flashbulb storm. By the next morning, Beijing was unrecognizable. Paparazzi lined streets near their known residences. Cafes they once frequented were packed with reporters. News anchors treated the story as though it were an international summit. Headlines blazed. Asterisk from the untamed to unbreakable. Asterisk Bo Jun Xiao. Fantasy no longer. Asterisk history written in 4 words. Outside luxury boutiques, crowds gathered, holding banners emblazoned with Yibo Heartsuit Xiao and Still Us, always. Fans traded photo cards and hand-drawn posters, turning sidewalks into impromptu festivals. Online, the numbers were staggering. On Weibo alone, the hashtag Yibo Xiaozhan confirmed hit 1.3 billion views in its first 24 hours. The frenzy wasn't limited to China. International outlets from Hollywood to Seoul picked it up, calling it the celebrity reveal of the decade. Hashtag the signs we missed. In hindsight, fans argued the signs had always been there. The award show glances, fleeting but magnetic, caught on camera and replayed endlessly. The airport sightings, flights taken separately but arrivals at gates only minutes apart. The silent support, like when Xiao Zhan weathered a brutal wave of backlash in 2020 and Wang Yibo accidentally liked a post mentioning Xiao's name buried deep in the comments. Individually, these seemed like coincidences. Together, they now appeared like breadcrumbs, a secret trail only visible in retrospect. Even fashion choices played into the mythology. Xiao Zhan, known for re-wearing the same outfits to ward off paparazzi, and Wang Yibo, fiercely protective of his privacy, seemed united in their quiet defiance. They weren't just avoiding attention, they were shielding something precious. Hashtag the press conference. 2 days after the balcony reveal, both studios announced what fans had only dreamed of, a joint press conference. The ballroom was packed beyond capacity. Hundreds of journalists squeezed into rows, microphones jostling for position. Lights flashed so brightly it felt like a lightning storm contained indoors. Then they appeared. Wang Yibo, sharp in tailored black. Xiao Zhan, serene in effortless white. The contrast was symbolic, yin and yang, opposites and complements. They walked slowly, side by side, their expressions calm but resolute. They didn't rush to speak. Instead, Xiao Zhan reached out, his fingers brushing Wang Yibo's hand. Without hesitation, Wang Yibo intertwined their fingers and held on. The gesture was simple, but its power was undeniable. Gasps echoed through the room. Some reporters actually clapped. Others fumbled to capture the moment, hands shaking. When words finally came, they were understated but earth-shaking. We've walked this journey together since the Untamed. We've faced storms and silence. Now we choose honesty. Yes, we're together. In that moment, every whisper, every speculation, every fanfiction and denial collapsed into truth. The love story people had imagined was real. Hashtag the shockwaves. The ripple effects were immediate and dramatic. Asterisk fans, shippers who had spent years believing in Bojuni Xiao, erupted in joy. Social feeds filled with emotional videos of fans crying, cheering, or simply sitting in stunned silence. "This is our victory," read one viral post, accompanied by artwork that had been circulating for years. Asterisk brands, luxury houses scrambled to issue supportive statements. Gucci, Loewe, Jimmy Choo, and Todd suddenly found themselves ambassadors of not just stars but a love story, the kind of organic PR no campaign could buy. Asterisk media. International coverage compared the reveal to Brangelina's most iconic moments, calling it asterisk the East's greatest celebrity love story. Some outlets went further, dubbing it a cultural revolution in stardom. Even critics and skeptics, those who had long dismissed the possibility, found themselves silenced by the sheer bravery of the declaration. Hashtag behind the curtain. Whispers soon spread about what had led to the reveal. Industry insiders spoke of years of secrecy, stolen moments backstage, careful arrangements at airports, coded support during interviews. Some said Xiao Zhan's infamous decision to wear the same clothes repeatedly had been part of a pact, a way to confuse paparazzi, who trailed them mercilessly. Others claimed Wang Yibo's silence during Xiao Zhan's backlash was not indifference but strategy, protecting them both until the right moment. Whether fact or myth, these stories only deepened the fascination. Theirs wasn't just a romance, it was a survival story, love thriving in the tightest corners of fame. Hashtag the world divided. Of course, not everyone celebrated. Some solo fans felt betrayed, unable to accept that their idol belonged to someone else. Online debates grew heated, with trending tags both for and against the reveal. But even in backlash, their bond remained unshaken. What silenced most criticism was the authenticity of their actions. This wasn't a PR stunt. No brand would have risked such a move. It wasn't a publicity trick. Both were already at the top of their fields. The simplicity of the balcony photo and the quiet firmness of their press conference proved it. This was personal, not performance. The silent bombshell, how one post from Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan changed the world. It wasn't a press release, a leaked photo, or a carefully staged publicity stunt. It was simpler than that. Just one image, quietly dropped into the restless scroll of social media. Yet in that moment, the internet cracked open, history bent, and two of the biggest stars in Asia rewrote the rules of celebrity. Asterisk Xiao Zhan posted a picture. Wang Yibo reposted it. And the world has not been the same since. Asterisk. The balcony that broke the internet. The picture seemed ordinary at first glance. Two silhouettes sitting shoulder to shoulder on a balcony, gazing into a horizon awash with streaks of gold and violet. Their faces weren't visible. There were no flashy filters, no brand logos, no captions. Just quietness. Just stillness. But the silhouettes were unmistakable. Fans had spent years memorizing the slope of Wang Yibo's shoulders, the tilt of Xiao Zhan's posture. In one instant, the recognition spread like fire through dry grass. It was them. 10 minutes later, the ordinary became extraordinary. Wang Yibo reposted the photo and added 4 words that detonated across timelines like dynamite. Asterisk, we walk together, always. Asterisk. The implosion. Within seconds, comments exploded beneath the post. Thousands became millions. Servers strained under the tidal wave of reactions. Asterisk, I can't breathe. This is real. Asterisk, the balcony, the sunset. My heart can't take this. Asterisk, years of waiting, years of hope. It's them. It's always been them. On Weibo, the hashtag Yibo Xiao confirmed skyrocketed into billions of views in less than 12 hours. TikTok edits of their old untamed scenes surged into trending lists, set to emotional ballads and fan-made voiceovers declaring victory. Twitter, or X, was flooded with screenshots of the balcony, side by side with the Untamed's most romantic frames. The parallels were undeniable. It wasn't just an announcement. It was a revolution wrapped in 4 words. The night the streets woke up. Beijing is used to chaos, but that night was different. Outside their known studios, fans gathered with flowers, banners, and glowing light boards. They weren't just screaming, they were singing. Voices carried into the chilly evening air as fans performed the Untamed's theme song, tears glistening in their eyes. Meanwhile, across the globe, city landmarks lit up in solidarity. In Seoul, a small group of fans projected the balcony photo onto a building. In New York's Times Square, giant LED screens ran fan-bought ads reading, "We walk together, too." For the first time in memory, a celebrity confirmation didn't just trend online, it spilled onto streets, parks, and plazas worldwide. The journalists' hunt. Behind the romantic haze, chaos reigned in newsrooms. Editors barked orders. Get every clip, every angle, every sighting we ever had of them together. Journalists scrambled to assemble timelines of their connection, award show glances, suspicious flight overlaps, the infamous airport lounges. One Beijing reporter later confessed, "We thought it was a hack. For years, their studios had denied everything. Then suddenly, this balcony photo drops? It felt impossible. But when Yibo reposted it, we knew this wasn't a rumor. This was history." Tabloids ran feverishly. Some headlines framed it as the love of the decade. Others tried to downplay it, calling it fan service. But by dawn, even the harshest skeptics conceded the silence had broken. The balcony's symbolism. Why did one photo resonate so deeply? Because it wasn't loud. It wasn't posed. It wasn't a publicity circus. It felt like 2 people, stripped of artifice, letting the world peek into their private sunset. For fans, that balcony became a shrine, a symbol of endurance, intimacy, and rebellion. It was the antithesis of the gossip-ridden, manufactured PR stunts they had grown used to. Some fans even visited balconies around their own cities, recreating the pose with friends or partners as a show of solidarity. On Instagram, a viral challenge emerged, #BalconyTogether, where couples uploaded sunset shots captioned with Yibo's 4 words. It was more than a post. It was a movement. The hidden meaning? Of course, not everyone believed the balcony was random. Online detectives dissected every pixel of the image. The wine glasses, eagle-eyed fans spotted 2 wine glasses on the balcony ledge, suggesting the picture wasn't staged but taken mid-moment. The shadows, some claimed the way Zhan leaned slightly toward Yibo wasn't accidental. It was intimacy caught unfiltered. The photographer, who took the picture? A friend? A team member? Or perhaps a self-timer, making the photo even more personal? Every theory deepened the mystique. What had been meant as simplicity became layered with myth. The human reactions. Behind the noise, the emotional impact was undeniable. One fan described her reaction. "I was on the bus when I saw it. I screamed so loudly the driver nearly stopped. For years, people told us we were delusional for believing in them. And then there was proof. I cried the whole ride home." Another shared, "It's not about romance only. It's about honesty. They showed us that even the most famous people can choose truth over fear." Even those who weren't fans couldn't ignore the phenomenon. Celebrities from other industries reposted the image with heart emojis. A singer wrote, "This is love, pure and untamed." The midnight chase. Not all was celebratory. As the news spread, Paparazzi descended like hawks. Reports emerged of late-night car chases through Beijing streets, cameras flashing as vehicles tried to shake tails. Some photographers claimed they followed the couple back to the apartment where the balcony shot was taken. But what they didn't capture was even more powerful. Behind closed curtains, the two stars reportedly ordered late-night noodles, laughed at the chaos outside, and turned off their phones. While the world went wild, they sat together in peace. A story bigger than love. The balcony post was more than confirmation, it was rebellion. In an industry where silence is the safest answer, where careers can crumble under controversy, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan chose visibility. They didn't choose tabloids. They didn't choose drama. They chose each other. And by doing so, they reminded millions that love, no matter how untamed, deserves a balcony and a sunset. Still walking together. Weeks later, the world still talks about that photo. Analysts call it a masterclass in soft power. Fans call it a miracle. Brands call it the partnership of the century. But maybe its true power lies in its simplicity. It wasn't fireworks or flashing lights. It wasn't orchestrated PR. It was two people in the golden hush of evening, telling the world, *, we're here. We're real. We walk together, always, *.